it going, guys? Welcome back into another video, and today is another review. It's another Marvel review. We're doing another Marvel review today. I'm so excited about that. Today, we are talking about Season 1 of Loki. We're talking about Loki today. I haven't been doing a lot. I haven't been doing any of these reviews at all. I did episode 1 and episode 2, and the only reason why I did those was because I got early access to screeners, but the rest of them, as I told you guys, I wasn't going to be able to do, but I told you we'd be back for a season, I was going to say series, but season review, and here we are. So before we get into that, I want you to let me know down below in the comments, what did you think of season 1 of Loki? What did you like? What did you not like? I want to discuss it with you guys down below. Also, if you have not already checked out our finale live stream, go check it out. It'll be on the channel. This is going up after that, so it'll be on the channel. Go check it out. Me, Sasha, break down the entirety of the finale. We talk about it all. We answer your guys' questions. Go check that out. It is up on the channel. It is a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing these Loki live streams throughout the entire season, and thank you to Sasha, because I know you're watching this, for taking part as well. It really does mean the world. But we're going to get into this. This is a spoiler review. Spoilers, everything's on the table. I'm going to talk spoilers in this, and this is about the entire season. I'm going to talk about what I liked, talk about what I didn't like, and I think without further ado, let's just kind of get into it. So the first big thing that really stands out here is Tom Hiddleston. He is absolutely brilliant in this show. I mean, even just in episode 1, the acting from him is just absolutely incredible, and it continues throughout the show. Now, episode 1 is, of course, the standout because it is the big emotional punch that we needed to start the season. But throughout the entirety of the show, he carries this with such gravitas, with such swagger, and with really great emotion as well. So Tom Hiddleston just is the absolute standout. You've got Sophia DiMartino, Owen Wilson. The other two standouts for me, I think, are absolutely fantastic. I mean, I love Mobius. He's just brilliant at what he does, and Owen Wilson is just the best. The next really great thing about this entire series or season is the mystery, and that kind of goes to the writing. The writing of this show is so airtight and so well done. It's kind of staggering, honestly, if we really got to talk about it. But the mystery, it never gets dull. We're taking different twists and turns. When we think we have it figured out, they throw you a complete curveball. Timekeepers at the end of episode 4. It just continued to boggle my mind and keep me thinking and keep me guessing in the right way. It could have done a bunch of cheap cop-outs, but it didn't. It did not do that. The things that it did, the twists that it took were good. They were, earned. I mean, they were really well done, and the writing just overall was so incredibly well done. And that is my next point. The pacing of this show is perfect. I give WandaVision a bad rap, and everyone's going to come at me and say, Jack, it just got nominated for a bunch of Emmys. Which, first off, I don't know how that's possible. 23 Emmys? Guys, what are we doing? WandaVision is not that good. But that's besides the point. One of the biggest problems I had, and I'm not flaming anymore. I'm giving my legitimate thoughts here. One of the biggest problems with WandaVision for me was the pace. And I think it is extremely poor paced, which leads to a clunky, just overstuffed finale full of different things in like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. That left me a little to be desired. I didn't like the way that they went about that. Loki, in only 6 episodes, tells a complete, cohesive story while bringing us some thrills and some awesome cliffhangers. This is by far, besides 2 cliffhangers in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, this is by far the best series so far for cliffhangers. I mean, they've just absolutely killed it so far when it comes to cliffhangers. But to have one of your defining moments, meeting the Timekeepers, killing the Timekeepers, finding out the TVA is a lie, in episode 4, usually, like for WandaVision, that was like an episode 8 thing. And no, they saved that for episode 4. And that was the big climax, honestly, because episode 6 is a lot of exposition, it's a lot of talking, and that's not really a bad thing, because we hit the climax in episode 4, and now we are kind of just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And that is very, very well done. Again, I think this is the most solidly paced of any of the shows. There really isn't any filler, I personally believe. I personally really like episode 3. I know a lot of people really like episode 5. I was a little lukewarm on that one, but not too bad. I still enjoyed it for what it was. There is no real filler here. There is some time that needs to be, filled, but everything that happens in that time contributes to the story or contributes to character arcs in a specific way. Whereas WandaVision, you get the first 2 episodes are just sitcom and they don't do anything, and yeah, that's kinda it. I'm gonna stop talking about WandaVision because this is a review about Loki. The implications for the MCU are large, obviously, especially in the finale. We get the multiverse officially opening. So I did have a theory at one time that the multiverse was open and people were just spouting a bunch of BS. Well, that's not true. There was a sacred timeline there. That's fact. We learned that at the end of in episode 6. But the multiverse is open now. Absolutely, just the implications for this are huge. Toby and Andrew being Spider-Man, that can be a real possibility now. Multiverse of Madness being the most crazy film we've ever seen is definitely going to be a possibility. And Secret Wars as the next big Avengers level movie, next Avengers movie, that is another real possibility. And I hope the Russo brothers come back because they said they wanted to direct a Secret Wars film. So that is just amazing. The implications for this series are the biggest of any of the 3 so far, because the other 2 are great, but this one really does change the MCU as we know it. And it says that. It says it in its ads. It says it in its promotional materials. This is changing the MCU as we know it. I'm very excited to see where the MCU goes, and the possibilities really are endless because we have a multiverse now, and it's just absolutely incredible. A little bit of the technical piece now that I really like about this season. I think the direction is absolutely fantastic, and if you will, for one sec, I want to pull up her name because she deserves all the credit in the world. Kate Herron, absolutely fantastic direction. I believe she is the director. She's director and producer. Kate Herron, the direction of the show is incredible, and I'm going to couple that with the cinematography because a lot of direction is shot composition and cinematography and how you show the story. The cinematography is I would say the best I've seen in the MCU. Now the MCU has its moments. It's got some really nice shots. It's got some really nice aesthetics, but I'm in the grand scheme of cinematography of an entire project, this is by far the best cinematography, best shot of any of the MCU projects so far. I truly believe that. I'm not just saying that. Like, that's truly something I believe. And Kate Herron does a fantastic job. I think she also does a great job getting some amazing performances out of our characters. Now, they are great, as we've already talked about, but a director's job is to get the best out of the actors, and I think she really does that. It's just absolutely fantastic, and just everything technically is just sound. Everything, it's technically a very sound project, exceeding a lot of expectations with cinematography and direction and things like that. I think it's so well done, and of course, the score. The score is just undefeated. It's one of the best scores I've heard. It's very good. It keeps you intrigued. It keeps you locked in. I mean, the score is a character in itself for a majority of this show. Brilliantly done, and I just am blown away by that. So I already talked a little bit about the end. This is spoiler territory right here. We are getting a season 2. That was confirmed. They did a little post-credit scene thing. There was no real post-credit scene in here. The only post-credit scene was confirming that Loki will return in season 2, which is great. I'm so excited. Can we just have it now, please? I just want to know what happens. But the end is great because I was very, and I've talked about this a lot on the Loki live streams with Sasha. Where do we go from here? How do we continue? And to throw Loki, because if you guys have not seen the episode, go leave. I'm about to spoil. Sylvie pushes Loki into what we believe is the TVA that we know and love, but in reality, it is an alternate TVA in the multiverse. And Mobius, Agent, I think B-15, I believe, I could be wrong, B-21, I don't remember. They do not know who he is. So he is in a completely different TVA, has no idea where he is, and that I love that that's the direction they went. We don't know what's up with Sylvie. She is off in the fortress where our main big bad is, and season 2. I love it. I love where they went with it. And of course, I'd be remiss if I did not mention Kang the Conqueror. We get Kang. Now, it's not Kang the Conqueror, like the bad Kang. The Kang we get in this, played by Jonathan Majors, who is absolutely fantastic. The Kang that we get in this is a nicer variant of Kang, but it is still Kang. I was right. My theory. Yep. You can stop the pause. Yep. But I'm so happy we brought him in. I'm so happy that he was the man behind the chair, and I'm very excited to see villain Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But I want you guys to let me know down below in the comments, what did you think of Loki Season 1? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know why. Now, as we do, since I am treating these like long movies, and yes, this is getting to Season 2, but for now, just Season 1, I am treating like a long movie. We're going to do the point breakdown, so here we go. Entertainment, I gave this an 18 out of 20. Like I said, I'm a little bit lukewarm on Episode 5. Didn't love it, so it did lose a few points, but really in the grand scheme, that's not a lot. Performances, 18 out of 20. Top tier performances. Direction, I gave a 10 out of 10. I think the direction is absolutely brilliant. Writing, 8 out of 10. Very well written. Emotion, 9 out of 10. I mean, Episode 1 alone carries that. Cinematography, 10 out of 10. Score, 5 out of 5. Pacing, 5 out of 5. Rewatchability, 5 out of 5. And non-mag, 5 out of 5 points. That means if you did the math, I gave Loki a 93 out of 100. By far the best MCU show so far. Top 10 MCU for me. We'll do a ranking when Shang-Chi comes out. I'm not going to do a full ranking just for Loki. We will do an updated ranking when Shang-Chi comes out. But it's top 10 MCU for me. I want you guys to, again, let me know down below in the comments, what did you think of this series and Season 1 of Loki? I really want to hear your guys' thoughts, and I want to thank you all for joining the Loki live streams, staying with me throughout this. Again, of course, when Season 2 comes out, we will be back, but I really do appreciate it. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. It means the absolute world. We are so close to 750 subscribers, literally less than 10 away. Can we get there? If this is your first time checking out the channel and you like what you see, we got plenty more Marvel content coming out the rest of the year, along with other movie reviews, rankings, Blu-ray hauls, all of that good stuff. And of course, movie drafts, don't forget about that either. Let me know down below again in the comments what you thought. Please consider subscribing if you have not already. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.